What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and turn on the notification bell because today's episode is going to shake Zimbabwe's political landscape to the core. This is not just politics, it's high-stakes betrayal, backroom deals, and a story of how democracy might be getting strangled behind closed doors. Today, we dive deep into the shocking allegations that ZANU-PF has bought off Nelson Chamisa and Sengezo Tshabangu in a master plan to destroy the opposition from within. Buckle up, because this one's explosive. Zimbabwe's political sphere has always been riddled with suspicion, manipulation, and ruthless power plays. But what we are witnessing now could go down as the greatest political betrayal in post-independence Zimbabwe. The opposition, the one force that millions of Zimbabweans counted on to challenge the grip of ZANU-PF, now appears to be crumbling, not because of external attacks, but because of what might be an inside job. Whispers have been growing louder, and now they're roaring. Nelson Chamisa, the once fiery leader of the Citizens Coalition for Change, CCC, is being accused of secretly selling out to ZANU-PF. Yes, the very man who rallied millions with promises of a new Zimbabwe, the man who once stood as the symbol of hope against dictatorship, is now being pointed at as the key player in the quiet death of Zimbabwe's opposition. And if the claims are true, he may have pocketed a fortune to walk away, stay silent, and let the ruling party have its way. To understand the weight of this allegation, we need to go back a bit. Chamisa, who dramatically broke away from the MDC alliance and formed CCC in 2022, quickly captured the hearts of the youth and urban voters. The party exploded onto the scene, winning significant support in the 2023 general elections. But then, in an unexpected and confusing move, Chamisa distanced himself from the very party he formed. No internal elections. No structure. Just vague spiritual messaging and tweets. When things got tough, instead of rallying his troops, he resigned from the CCC, claiming it had been hijacked. But here's the twist: many believe this so-called hijack was part of a carefully crafted script. Enter Sengezo Tshabangu, a previously unknown political actor who suddenly rose to prominence by declaring himself the interim Secretary General of the CCC. With lightning speed, Tshabangu began recalling MPs and councillors who were loyal to Chamisa, effectively destroying the party's parliamentary power. But here's the kicker: Tshabangu's actions were not only unchecked but supported by the state machinery, the courts, and even parliament itself. It was as if the system had been waiting for his cue. Now tell me, does that not reek of a conspiracy? How could someone with no known mandate, no party backing, and no clear political base have such incredible access to state systems unless something fishy was happening behind the scenes? The recalls weakened the CCC, demoralized its base, and handed ZANU-PF an open field. By-elections were called, and in many cases, ZANU-PF either retained seats or benefited from a fractured opposition. Political analysts and insiders are now putting the pieces together and drawing a terrifying conclusion: ZANU-PF didn't just fight the opposition. They bought it. The story goes that Chamisa was offered a multi-million-dollar deal, possibly in foreign currency, to abandon the fight. In return, Tshabangu, also on the payroll, would destroy what was left of the CCC under the guise of legality. It's a classic divide-and-conquer strategy, but with money doing the slicing. If this is true, it means ZANU-PF is not just playing the game of politics, they're controlling every move on the board. Buying opposition leaders to dismantle their own parties is not only undemocratic, it's criminal. It means that the illusion of democracy is just that, an illusion. Elections are rendered meaningless when the opposition is paid to lose, or worse, paid to vanish. Chamisa's deafening silence in the wake of these recalls and the resulting chaos has only added fuel to the fire. He has not directly confronted Tshabangu. He hasn't rallied his supporters to resist. Instead, he's chosen to take a passive, almost spiritual posture, tweeting verses, making vague declarations, and refusing to form a new party. Meanwhile, his former allies are left confused, scattered, and without direction. Could it be guilt? Or is it all part of the agreement? Stay silent, let Tshabangu finish the job, and enjoy the payout. Meanwhile, ZANU-PF is laughing all the way to 2028. With a broken opposition, no strong counterbalance in parliament, and international observers now disillusioned, the road to the next election will be smooth for Mnangagwa and his allies. The opposition that once roared like a lion is now meowing like a kitten, if it makes a sound at all. Zimbabweans across the country are heartbroken. Many poured their souls, their time, and their money into the opposition cause. They marched, they voted, they got beaten, arrested, and even killed for daring to believe in change. And now, they faced with the possibility that their sacrifices were sold off behind closed doors for US dollars and ministerial promises. It's betrayal on a biblical scale. Of course, Chamisa's supporters still hold on to hope. Some believe he's playing a long game. Others say he's regrouping to launch a more powerful comeback. But how long will Zimbabweans wait? How long will they be expected to endure poverty, dictatorship, and broken promises while their supposed leaders get rich off political deals? And what of Tshabangu? Once a ghost in the political wilderness, he's now a tool of state-sponsored sabotage. It's clear that without the support of the ruling party, he would be a nobody. But with ZANU-PF behind him, he's become a wrecking ball. And he's not stopping. More recalls are expected. More chaos is coming. And more Zimbabweans will be left with shattered hopes. So here we are. The opposition has been compromised. The battlefield has been sold. And the revolution has been silenced, not by defeat, but by betrayal. Zimbabwe's political soul has been sold, and the price was paid not in blood this time, but in dirty money and cowardice. The people deserve answers. They deserve leaders who don't run at the first sign of pressure. They deserve an opposition that stands for them, not one that stands aside for cash. If Chamisa and Tshabangu truly sold out, history will not forget them. They will be remembered not as freedom fighters, but as political Judas figures who kissed the movement goodbye for 30 pieces of silver. Stay tuned. Because this story is far from over. If you're angry, if you're heartbroken, or if you simply want to know what's really going on in Zimbabwe, subscribe, share this video, and leave your thoughts in the comments. The truth must come out. And we will not be silent.